Trina.
I'm Gina.
I'm Christina.
And
we're the Gorgeous Geeks. And new Resident Evil film came out in 3D because everything's coming out in 3D now. Yeah. But I mean, they actually shot this in 3D. It's not like
it's actually the first movie since Avatar where they actually shot with the 3D cameras that Avatar actually used. All the other movies that were 3D, they were shot regular, and then the 3D was added onto it. So after they shot the scene in the movie, they had to go back and put the 3D glasses on and see the clips and stuff. So, it didn't need to be in 3D.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Okay, I'm not a huge 3D. Well, that was the first film that I actually sat down and really watched in 3D, and my first 3D experience was really a 4D experience. We went to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta.
And if you ever go down to Atlanta, you gotta go to the Coca-Cola Museum.
And they have this movie, and they give you the glasses, and your seats actually move, and if there's mist or something, they kind of spray you, and so I mean, it's a whole different experience. That's why they call it 4D.
It's so real. How everything
it's
comes
right up in your face, the 3D. Yes. So when I saw Resident Evil, I was expecting to touch Wentworth Miller, but I couldn't touch him.
Wow. I mean, there was only a few times.
I literally think I was gonna touch. I'm just talking. I wanted to have that experience when I just felt like it was so up close that something was about to happen.
Especially with zombies. Zombies are scary in themselves, and if you're going to a 3D movie, not scary, but
they advertise 3D like you're sitting at the movies, you got your glasses, and there's flames coming out the screen, people screaming. That's not what it's like at all.
No, it's not. It's not.
I was, like I said, because to really understand what we're saying, go to Atlanta, freaking Georgia, and go to the Coca-Cola factory. Yeah. And go see the 4D experience that they have. It's included. It's not extra. Just go in there and go see it and watch it. Like the freaking little Coke bubbles come out the screen and they're in your face and they're floating around you. You're looking around how is this possible? Oh yeah, I'm wearing glasses. It's not real. But that was amazing. And so I was expecting a lot of that same stuff because they hyped it up so much, and it just seemed like it was just popped out and it wasn't really necessary.
If I want to have zombies come at me, I want the freaking zombies to come at me. I want to be scared, they're in your face.
Okay.
And that wasn't there.
But let's wrap up this 3D thing and start talking about the actual movie though. but just to wrap it up, the 3D was kind of a letdown in itself, just the 3D part of it. But I mean, because paid extra money to see it, But anyways, but the actual movie, I liked it. I think the second one is still my favorite.
Over the first
one? The first one?
No, the first one's my favorite. It's gonna go 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. Just how it's in order.
Yeah, I would order it that way.
The way it's made.
I mean, if you've never seen a Resident Evil movie, and you want to see Afterlife, I mean, this is a zombie movie. There was a virus. Everybody died. She monologues at the beginning. It's not very hard to follow. At all or anything. So if you want to see it,
if you haven't seen the other ones, I hope you wouldn't watch this because I'm.
Well, I know some people have seen the first one, and then they have seen 4, and they didn't feel like watching the other 2. I don't think you'll be absolutely confused. You won't be confused or anything. It's just
because they do a pretty good job of doing
recapping and stuff like that. But the first one was the best one. But here's the only thing about the 4th one, and I'm going to give a spoiler. So if you don't want to know, then turn your head away or whatever. I don't care. But here's my problem. There were so many clones of her that had superpowers and everything, and they just got rid of it within the first 15 minutes of the movie, and I was so upset because I love superhero stuff. Hello. I love seeing that stuff, and then they advertise it oh my goodness, this is going to be crazy. And they killed all the clones and they took her powers away. And I'm just no.
We don't want to keep.
No.
How much is this movie? Really? Really? I have to write something out right now. Alice's explode.
And And it was so upsetting.
Wait, her powers are still expensive? Alice lose her powers.
It was so
spoiler.
it was so disappointing that they did that because that's just what made it would have made it grown, and it's like they took it away.
I guess and then the problem that I have with that is that in the first one when she was fighting the zombies, okay, yeah, she was a little girl, little woman, because
she was trained military.
She was trained military. Okay, fine, you beating zombies and stuff. Okay, I don't have a problem with you beating a grown man zombie if you like train in military because you know like pressure points and all that other stuff. But she lost her powers, and there's like this big monster type thing that's like the Hulk. It's like 15 feet tall. Why is she able to fight this freaking thing when bullets couldn't do nothing with it? But you can punch it?
Okay, about that big monster. If you've seen a commercial, you know what we were talking about. Why would you make a zombie like that? Like, hey Joe, I'm bored. I want to see a zombie on steroids. hey, hand me those screws. Just stick them in there. Give me that bag. This thing's freaking ugly. Just put it over his head. Let's staple it. I'm still bored. Let's make a really, really big axe thingy. Like a big axe hammer. Like, let's combine them both together. And like an axe hammer thing. Let's make that. Let's find that on eBay. Oh, everyone's dead? Crap. We can make it ourselves, though. And that's what they did.
Hey, Joe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it's like how did this thing come about?
Yeah. And then I guess
even get there to where they were.
How did it know?
Had it been walking there for days?
Or why was it sent there? Where did it come from? Why did they send it? Well, obviously they sent it to kill everybody, but
I don't think there was no way to tell or hint that they sent that thing. It just happened to be there with the rest of them. It just made its way through the crowd, started pounding on the door.
That's another problem I had with it. This thing is like 15 feet tall, ridiculously strong, and it's pounding on an old iron fence that's like, I guess it's nothing. It took them that long to get through it.
Well, I don't know.
I just had a big problem with her being able to fight that thing with no powers.
Well, it wasn't so easy for her to beat it. but that other girl,
Yeah, the other girl is human.
They both had to fight. Oh yeah, and then
where did she get superpowers?
Claire?
No, she didn't have superpowers.
Okay, when did she learn how to fight like that?
She's led that team of fighting zombies and stuff. I had a problem with her and Wentworth Miller being brother and sister. I know they're like actual characters are brother and sister, but it's like, what are the odds? Like, oh, you came to find shelter in this prison?
He was so cute.
Hey, there just happens to be this guy down in the basement.
So cute.
Oh, you have a memory problem? He says he's your brother. I'm so glad Joe and everybody could bring everybody together.
Yeah.
I'm like, is there gonna be some kind of explanation to explain to me why this isn't stupid? No. But because it's Resident Evil, and there's gonna be 20 more.
And I will watch them all. I like the Resident Evil movies. Thank you very much. But you know what?
This is it. They're slowly. By the end of that, I think by the end of this Resident Evil series, it's going to be something Mom would watch on Sci-Fi.
And there's too much slow motion. There's just too much stuff. I'm like, how
should have
just run away from all those zombies?
They should have made
it
3D
without superpowers.
Superpowers.
They were like right here.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It made more sense with
no superpowers.
Nobody's getting really like scratched, or anything, except for the ones that you expect to die,
Right.
And then one guy, you thought he was dead. They didn't show him die, so you're thinking maybe he's gonna pop back up. and it would be like a significant scene. Because you know that happens in movies. If they don't show you die, you're going to pop back in a significant scene and like save somebody. Nah, he survived for no reason at all.
They're like,
we gotta keep a black guy. We gotta keep the black guy. We can't kill the black guy.
yeah, that's what it's like. It's like, you know,
NAACP gonna be
yeah,
calling.
Jesse Jackson is, you know, Al Sharpton, Obama.
Yeah, we gotta care. We
We
gotta
gotta have at least some color.
Yeah.
We killed off this. I think they were like, you know what? We killed the only other black guy that was on in the series. So it's like, maybe we should keep this one.
Yeah.
Let's call him back. Let's do one more scene.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care that he survived. I care that it served no purpose.
He's nice.
Oh, then at the end when Claire and Wentworth,
yeah,
when,
I'm alive. Nobody's around.
when Alice shot the you know, the main bad dude, and Claire and I don't remember what his name is. I'm just gonna call him Wentworth Miller because that's his actual name.
Right.
We're shooting him. They know good and well since the first movie that they're supposed to shoot him in the head. By the second movie, everybody knew.
Right.
Common people in the street knew that you're supposed to kill a monster by shooting them in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they use up all their bullets and shoot him in the chest? I didn't understand that. It was just like, what are you doing? It's just, you want us to know that he's coming back alive, and you are wasting a scene because you just wanted Wentworth Miller and Claire to that shot or a scene, or I don't know. It was odd, but I guess that you wanted to kill him the same way that he killed all the other Alices in the beginning. But when he injected her, she was like, "Thank you for making me human." I'm like, "No, thank you. No, thank you. What about me? What about the audience that have watched you grown and you took it away from me?" That's like a person losing their legs after they learned how to walk. They just learned how to walk and they took her legs.
Yeah, because she was able to control them and just like blow people away, and
it's like, oh, maybe all these clones were a mistake. Let's get rid of them. Just like, so wrong. And how long can this T-virus last on a zombie? Apparently forever.
Well, as long as they have something to eat, they can keep living, apparently. But
Eat what?
Well, if you find a rat or something. You know, I think there's more survivors, because I think squirrels, they can outrun those zombies.
yeah.
I think squirrels have a civilization and they're waiting for humanity and the zombies to die out, and then they're gonna,
Okay, but here's the question.
Then they're gonna rule the world, and then Alice is gonna be like, I wish I had those superpowers so I can fight the army of squirrels.
Okay.
And that is what Resident Evil 25 is about.
Here's a question. Okay, so here it is. Okay, in the third one, the birds was eating the zombies, and the birds became like
infected. Yes.
Infected. Okay, but that's a good point. Like, shouldn't it be like some more dogs? Some more. What about bugs?
Zombie bugs.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
It sounds like something I would watch on Sci-Fi.
Oh my,
Zombie bugs.
Oh my goodness. There is a writer out there that might watch this show like, I got it. My next $10,000 movie that's gonna be on Sci-Fi is zombie bugs. Why didn't anyone think of it before? Thank you, Gorgeous Geeks. Yeah.
And Mommy's gonna be like, ooh.
Zombie caterpillar flying cockroach. That sounds like a great movie. Thank you, Sci-Fi, for my new Saturday night film.
We're not exaggerating.
That's how our mom is.
We're not exaggerating at all.
Yeah, that's why we do podcasts. But anyway, tell us what you think about Resident Evil. I'm Katrina.
I'm Gina. I'm Christina.